do my makeup in the car with me because Mike's making me mad. So I'm gonna sit in this fucking sweltering ass sun. I sure am. Either you just gonna sit out there and do. Yep, sure am. Sure am. Motherfucker. I don't need a prop out where this fucking sun isn't. And he took my keys and ran into the house like a fucking baby. Cry fucking baby. I don't got no room for crybaby shit today. It's Easter. I'm trying to get cute and put on a cute dress. It's 4 o'clock. I'm going nowhere. This is the first year my family decided we wasn't doing nothing. And honey, I'm not very religious. I think I'm spiritual. And after my flatlines and strokes, and I had a very profound spiritual experience. So I definitely am a believer, but I don't know, that hasn't been my journey. I'm not on that journey. I'm just trying to pay these bills and stay alive. I know we have to make time for God, but I don't know where I stand on all of that. I don't talk religion real often. My daughter goes to a private Catholic school. So, yeah, Mike, you probably thought this was going to be a Catholic channel, and I grew up Catholic, and I was in church 3 days a week at least when my grandma was with us. And I hate to say, I feel like when she passed, I escaped that, but that was an escape. So, you guys, I've got some NARS and Dior foundations that I'm listing today. It's happening today. I'm about to put on this good dress, walk around this house, and clean. Don't make no type of fucking sense. No type of sense, but that's what I'm gonna do, because I bought this dress last summer or the summer before from American Eagle. It was very expensive. It was not American Eagle pricing, or I guess maybe it was, because I remember shopping there as a kid. Abercrombie and them was wiping my grandparents' stuff. Look out. All that money for a polo t-shirt that I look back at now and I'm thinking, that's what I wanted. This fashionista was wearing that. And don't judge this outfit. I had to throw something on to run out. This was actually in the pile to go. I don't know why I put this green one piece back all the time, like I'm about to suddenly leave and wear it fucking neon somewhere. Those days are done. I wore a lot of neon orange and green. If y'all scroll back down that Instagram timeline, you're gonna see the maturing of my style for sure. I wouldn't have been buying no Amish dresses and Mary Poppins. My friend always likes to make fun of me and tell me I'm wearing Amish things and Mary Poppins things. So be it, baby. I like me a good striped set. And I don't like... I lost my train of thought. Oh, you give me a good button-down 2-piece set, baby. I'll wear a stripe. So, story time. I don't know what to do. I have to keep closing my car door because I'm sitting out here the day before yesterday like I like to do sometimes. Sometimes I get home and I just have to sit here and contemplate my life before I go into all the dogs and the bullshit and the birds and the hedgehog and just wonder how the fuck I got here. And then I have to think about how much I spend a month to feed them and realize this is why you're broke, poor, struggling, and about to die. And there's a group of boys that the other day walked past and they were like, that's her, that's her. But my daughter was with me. So I was like, what the heck? And my daughter was like, he thinks I'm cute. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm not even, she's so young. I'm just not thinking about people looking at her like that. Quit barking right now! I can hear my dogs. Sorry. I can hear them barking from my apartment. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not thinking about that she's getting to that age where boys are looking at her. So she's like, they're talking about me. And she's like all flattered. Wrong. Yesterday I'm staying here. And I hear, excuse me, ma'am. And I look up and I'm like, yes. And it's, to me, what looks like a kid. And he's like, I've been watching you. And I'm like, huh? Like, let's not start with that. And he's like, I was trying to talk to you the other day, but my older brother wouldn't let me. I'm like, because your older brother knows I'm old and has some sense. And he was like, but he ain't here now. So I'm going to shoot my shot. And I was like, I didn't know what was happening because he looked really young to me. And so I laughed and I said, sweetie, how old are you? Do you know how old I am? And he said, no. And I said, I'm 32. And you know what he hit me with? He hit me with the, age is just a number. I'm like, oh, your little slick ass been taught this shit by one of your unks. That's what's going on. So I was like, that is not true. Ages and numbers and people in prison. Keep in mind, it's not like he was a kid, so I wasn't looking to even see if he was a good looking. You're a child. So I can't even begin to think about you as anything. You know what I mean? I'm like, if you don't take your little young ass on. So I laughed and just told him I was very flattered and thank you, but that I was just too old and that he was a kid and that I have a child that's near his age. And he was not going. He was not going for it, you guys. He was like, age is just a number and I'm a real man. And I'm thinking, you live with your mom. Your mom about to beat your ass for being outside right now. And so then he's like, well, can we be friends? And I was like, I'll wave hello when I see you in the neighborhood. So then he was like, can we exchange numbers? And I was like, no, we cannot. And then he was like, do you have an Instagram? And I was like, here, you can put yours in, which, you know, obviously I didn't go follow. But I just needed the interaction to end because he was not taking no for an answer. And there was nobody around. And then I realized somebody was sitting in a car. And then he's like, can I have a hug? And I'm like, and I'm sitting with like half my body out of the car, like kind of like this. So he hugs me and I like pat the back, you know, like that. And then this boy is like, kind of pulls me. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And this motherfucker tried to reach his hands down to grab my butt. And I had to push him back and tell him, see, you don't have no business talking to girls because that is not what you do. That is not okay. Don't ever do that to any girl. Me, a 17, a 16, a 15, a 20, a nothing. You don't ever do that. And he apologized and just said, I'm really sorry. I thought you would like it. And I'm like, I'm never at a loss for words. And I told him, you got to move around, move around, move about. You got to go. You got to go. I was like, go home. You don't got to go home, but you can't stay here. Don't do that. So he was like, well, can we be friends? I said, I will wave hello. And when I see you pass through the neighborhood, and my poor daughter, I'm like, she was over here they're talking about me. And I'm like, oh my God. Sometimes I look younger than what I am, but this attitude gives very old. Trust me, I'd be moody as hell, you guys. And in this neighborhood, I'm not in the greatest area. There's a lot of crackheads and stuff. So you really got to keep that, like, you should go cockeyed with a fucking limp if you don't, because they will still try. They will fucking try it. The worse I look, the more. Yesterday I had old man Phil with me, and he was like, they just don't stop. They just don't leave you alone. I was like, they don't. I mean, 3 gas stations, save a lot. All his errands I run for him. Went all the way to 6th in Colorado, then had to go take you all the way to 120th, then we had to go to the VA, then we had to go to another, to Anschutz, then he had to go to he wanted a specific kind of bread. They only had Hostess, not Bimbo, and they only had wheat, so we were all around. He needed his Dr. Peppers. It was a bath day for him. It was crazy. So he was like, what the hell? They don't stop. So finally yesterday, a guy would not leave me alone. And old man Phil is like fucked up. He's had surgeries, but he's 6'7" still at his age. So all you see is this whopper of a man. And thank God they didn't see the crutches. And I'm like, we'll just beat him with the crutches. And so he's like, hey, that's my old lady. And the dude was like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, that's great. Let's hide your crutches. And from now on, you can just yell out the window, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know why it's doing that. Sorry, it might be uploading some random clips to you guys that aren't done. I don't know what it's doing. But I'm like, even his fucking friends, they could literally be homeless and panhandling and ask me for $1 and then ask to take me on a date. I'm like, with my $1, get the fuck out of here. I'm just trying to get Mike away from me. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to get Mike away from me for another man. I'm trying to have no man. I'm trying to have no man. So if you're going to come at me, you better come correct. Come good. You better come with something fucking good. Don't try to take me to Applebee's. Not because I'm too good for Applebee's, but because I need somebody to show me some effort at this fucking point. Plan something. Do something. Yeah, I don't even want to fucking date anymore. I just don't even want to. I might be a lesbian and I just don't know it yet. But I know that this man shit hasn't gone good for me. I've been married. We're not going to ever talk about that. That was the worst time of my life to a terribly, highly abusive, drug addicted, awful man that was hell trying to escape. It was literally like a fucking Halle Berry, J-Lo 90s movie trying to get away from him. It was serious. It was witness protection program level serious. It got very bad. So, been there. I've been run over by an ex when I was very young. I mean, I've had 2 really great boyfriends that were great, but liars and cheaters. So were they really great? I'm like, and that's the thing, men should come with a fucking Carfax. Like, am I right? So that we know about all their little accidents and their history. Because, good God, like, I just can't deal with any more shit, you guys. I can't. And then men, I feel like they get upset when you have expectations. Like, I will not date someone that doesn't at least have what I have. Your own job, your own car, your own home. And I don't date men with kids. Which, people are like, you're a woman with a kid, right? And any guy that's told me I don't date women with kids, I've been like, agreed, run. You know, so I'm allowed to want that. That's a choice. Not saying if I met somebody wonderful and just adored them, I wouldn't. But I do not, like, initially, if I was on a dating profile and it says has kids, I would not. You would get swiped, or I don't even know which one's left and right. I've done that once 10 years ago. Dating doesn't go good for me. I usually I meet somebody, or it's usually someone I know. We spend one day together and then we never separate again. That's how all my relationships have gone. I can't get rid of them. And then they're in my bushes, they're in my trees, they're in my windows, they're climbing balconies and breaking in. Like, not being funny. Like, some of the shit that I'm dealing with, you have no idea. So, you're a nice, normal, what the fuck is normal anyway? If you're not scary and you won't stalk me when I say I'm not interested anymore and I'm done, you're my guy. You're my guy. If you work really hard. Okay, there we go. We've restarted. If you can deal with a girl who's absolutely crazy, who curses like a sailor, I have kind of aggressive energy. I'm like the nicest person ever. Like, I'm so nice. Shannon's always like, why are strangers always talking to you? Because I'm friendly. But if you won't go there with me, I'll drag you to the depths of fucking hell. So, you gotta think about that. And you know what's crazy? White guys don't ever really approach me. If they do, it's on social media. So I don't know if I have a face that just says, I date black guys, or what. But I'm like, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I might spice up your life a little bit or ruin it, you know? Like, no, I'm really nice. And I put in what my partner puts in, you know what I mean? When you're showing that you care and that you're trying. That was the boy. Notice that he now said, hi, friend. There we go. That's better. And he just respectfully apologized. And yeah, it was like, the boyfriend is inside. He was like, oh, I forgot about that. I'm like, remember. So that was rather interesting in itself.